Hey guys, thanks for joining me. It's Spiritual Muse here again. I'm at my local yoga studio, who I volunteer for, Greenwood Lake Yoga. So if anybody's in the New York area around Warwick, check us out. So I want to talk to you guys about the new moon in Leo on July 11th at 5:58 a.m. It's also a partial solar eclipse. So we just had an eclipse with the full moon, and now we have another with the new moon. They come in pairs like that. That's how they do. So let's start off with talking about the Leo new moon itself and what that means for us. So with a Leo new moon, you will want to let people know how you feel towards them. You're going to feel like, well, you can feel a number of emotions, but in one way or another, you're going to want to express that. So if you're feeling in love right now, you're going to want to tell the person that you love them. So that's fun. It's also a time of self-expression, so expressing our feelings towards other people, expressing our feelings in general is a good idea. Sharing what's in your heart. A question you want to ask yourself is, am I doing the things that make me feel the most fulfilled? Are you doing the things in your life that make you feel utter and total bliss? Are you? Ask yourself. So you really want to bring out your inner lion, right? Add your roar into the world. Like whatever that may be, just like scream it out, roar it out, and just let your light shine in the world. The world needs it. So whatever your unique light is, just allow the world to have a little bit of that, okay? It's also a time to think about your inner child. So look at cats playing. Cats like lions. Even lions in the wild, they play. So it's a good thing to do is, even if you want to be a big and scary monster, to think about the inner child inside of yourself, and to give them some time to play and some time to have fun and just really share their creativity. So inner child, big thing, playfulness. So that's kind of the new moon in Leo in a nutshell. Leo's a very confident sign, so we got some solar plexus stuff going on. It's also, think of lions, they're yellow. We also have the sun in a partial solar eclipse, that's yellow as well. So I'm seeing a lot of like yellow stuff happening. We have some conjunctions going on with this new moon. We have a few stars, and a lot of them have to do with the Big Dipper, all right? So we have the fixed star Acubens, and with Mercury, this provides for more unbalanced feelings on top of Mercury retrograde, which, by the way, check out my shirt. It says, "Don't talk to me, Mercury is in retrograde." Pretty dope, right? Not really true. It's just supposed to be ironic. You still obviously have to talk to people. I'm about to take a yoga class after this. I'm going to at least talk to the instructor. There's always going to be talking happening, but if things are going haywire for you, remember that it's Mercury retrograde and just allow yourself to laugh at situations. And also, if you can, take some time to work on projects that you've started in the past or things that are unfinished. It's a good time during Mercury retrograde to work on unfinished things. Anyway, to get back to the fixed star Acubens, with this Mercury, with Mercury in retrograde and fixed star Acubens in conjunction, this provides for more unbalanced things. So in addition to the normal weird topsy-turvy feelings we get during a retrograde, we're going to have a little bit extra around this new moon. It's going to be a time when we come to grips with our issues. So like things that are unresolved, like Mercury already brings out of us. Those are the things that we want to focus on. It's going to also probably bring up demands from other people, and you're going to have to deal with them. So there can be communication issues with that as well. So fixed star Acubens. Then we have the fixed star Merak, and Merak is, so the Big Dipper, or sometimes they call it the Big Bear. It has a shape like a spoon. There's kind of shaped like this, right? There's the spoon part down here. So the part of the Dipper that is Merak is this bottom part down here of the Dipper, and then above it we have another one called Dabhi. I think I'm saying that right, but I might not be. And those are two stars of the Big Dipper, right? They kind of point towards the North Star. So those are two stars that are going to be in conjunction during this new moon. So what does that mean? So the Merak and Dabhi fixed stars, the Merak means looking up to the Big Dipper, using its power to get on with your life. So use it to point you towards that North Star and to move towards your own North Star and to really move on. Let go of these things from the past that Accuvance brings up, or work through them. More specifically, work through them, because if you don't work through things, they're just going to keep coming up. So you might as well work through it. It might not be a beautiful experience off the bat, but it's going to feel good later. It might feel good at the time. Who knows? Depends on how you work through things. And so both of those two stars really tell you to reach toward your own inner truth, which brings back to that whole Leo, speak your truth, live your most, your best life. Live your best life, right? We also have an asteroid called Phallus, which is actually the daughter of, I believe, Zeus. She's a warrior princess. So she represents wisdom, courage, strategy, skill, creative intelligence, fathers and daughters. So if you're a daughter, talk to your father around this new moon. You could have a really great, insights. Maybe you have some issues with your dad from the past. So work through those too if you can. And that's going to be a good time to do that. Maybe you're a father. Talk to your daughter. Tell her you love her. Things like that. Little things. It's a good time to do it. It's kind of in the stars, so you might as well. Phallus also, she has this ability to use her intelligence to avoid conflict. So even though she's a warrior, usually she's more of a talker. She talks herself through problems that she could have faced otherwise. So try to talk your way through problems in a very slow and diligent way. Think through everything first. That's what she would do. So if you do it that way, things are going to go well. Don't fall into the Mercury retrograde thing of just like spewing out a bunch of word vomit. All right, because that's not going to go well. That never goes well. So think about what you're saying before you say it. Really digest your feelings on the matter and then say the things that you need to say. Okay? Phallus will always stand up for herself, but she's going to do it in a way that doesn't harm others, and in a way that while she's supporting herself, she does think about others' emotions as well, and she tries to avoid a bigger conflict while also getting what she needs. So work with those energies. Again, we are in Mercury retrograde for a little while longer, and this reinforces our creative strategy, but be careful what words you use and take time out for yourself. So in addition to taking time before you say things, take some time out for yourself. Meditate. Get clear on the things that you want in life. And the new moon is a great time to think about things you want to manifest. So think about the things that you've been wanting to manifest for a long time. And if you jot them down and you have a little ceremony, say, you can really bring those things into your life, especially if they're things that you've been working on for a long time. Mercury retrograde is actually really helpful for that. So don't take the retrograde as being something negative. Take it and use the positivity in it, okay? So work with what works with the retrograde. I know I said that in my last video, but we're still in the retrograde, so let's keep working with it. We got a little bit more. So we also have the solar eclipse squared Jupiter. So this means your confidence will be high, but be sure not to come out sounding arrogant or big-headed. Mercury is in retrograde after all. If you are humble, you will find great success. So don't get too big of a head on yourself, or get too ahead of yourself. Or you could find yourself in a situation where you look kind of like an idiot, because a lot of the ideas that we're having right now during Mercury retrograde, they're not going to come to fruition. So even if you have a big idea that you think is wonderful, don't burn bridges because of it or make people think that you're a jerk, because it's probably not going to come true unless you've been working on it for a long time. And either way, just be humble. Being humble is way more cool than being arrogant and listening to your ego. So just listen to the ego and then be like, nah, dude, and you'll be in a lot better place. All right, last but not least, we have the solar eclipse quincunx to Pluto, which this is awesome. This can be a huge turning point in your life, which eclipses really can shake things up, change things. And it has to do with your personal power struggles. So where do you struggle to find your own personal power in this life? And it's going to be a big turning point for that, and you're going to gain some power if you can work with these energies properly. It really should be a time when you're finding your power instead of losing it. So really focus on finding your power. And use the power of that star, the phallus star, to not let anybody push you down. All right? You don't have to be a jerk, all right? So don't let your ego go with this Jupiter square, but really be humble and modest, and just tell people what you need. You know, it's a good idea, and it's a good way to deal with others at this time. This especially points to the power struggle related to feminism. So the Me Too movement around this new moon could really come out big. Some big things could be happening in the media in terms of feminism in other ways. It could also be, in terms of other ways that we have power struggles, like racial issues. There's a whole lot of stuff about that going on right now too. So get out, speak out about the things that you want to stand up for, and just make sure you're looking out for yourself. And, why not look out for other people at the same time too? Couldn't hurt. It's also a time when secrets could be exposed. So people that you thought were cool could turn out to be, bigots or jerks, or say something really arrogant because of that Jupiter square. Who knows? But the power balance will shift one way or another. So let's hope that it shifts in your favor. And that's about all that I have for you guys. So remember to really enjoy some playful time, and to let your inner child soar. Let that inner lion roar. That rhymed. Loved it. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. It wasn't too long of a video this time, so I hope you guys watched the whole thing and you learned a little bit of something from it. If you got anything from it, comment below. If you guys want any other types of videos, I have just been on a roll with these moon videos, but I used to post a whole lot of other videos. I've just been really inspired to share these moon videos with you, and knowing that you guys listen really helps me to make sure that I'm always in sync with the moon. So I hope you guys manifest everything that your heart desires during this new moon, and that you feel really confident and beautiful in your solar plexus while doing so. Thank you guys so much for listening. Blessed be. Love and light.